Good morning and welcome to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning is on downtown Milwaukee. Downtowns across America are the heart of a city and region, and having a healthy heart is essential to having a strong city and region. Downtowns are iconic and powerful symbols for a city and often contain the most iconic landmarks, distinctive features, and unique neighborhoods. My first guest represents an organization that was established in the early 1960s, and part of their goal is to nurture the growth of the business community in downtown Milwaukee. Kim Morris is the executive director of the East Town Association. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. And if you would, tell us more about the East Town Association and your mission.
Sure. East Town Association is a nonprofit. It's not a BID, a business improvement district, but it stands alone with a board of directors, and our mission is to help nurture the East downtown side of downtown Milwaukee, and we help the businesses. We provide entertainment and events, so it draws people from the suburbs and downtown people to come and be part of a community and support the restaurants, support the shops, support the bars, and just add vitality to the downtown businesses.
All of the things that make up downtown.
Right.
And you're committed to making East Town a great place to live, work, and play. And with that said, you mentioned a lot of the great events that bring people from all over the city of Milwaukee and surrounding areas. So let's start off talking about one of your biggest ones that takes place during the summer months, and that's Jazz in the Park.
Right. Jazz in the Park starts usually the first Thursday of June, and we go through the first Thursday of September. So it's usually 12, 13 weeks depending on the season. And we're every Thursday night. We have happy hour at 5, and then our music starts at 6 and continues till 9. We try to be very eclectic in the jazz genre. So it's R&B, and it's funk, and reggae, exactly. So we try to just, have a little bit for everyone, so we understand that, not everybody wants to listen to one particular genre of jazz for 13 weeks. So we try to change it up a little bit. And we're having more and more people say, we want to dance, we want to get up. And, you can just see the energy of the crowd when that happens too. So it's 13 great weeks, depending on the weather and whatever else is going on. But we usually have 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people down there in any one night.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it all runs so smoothly. Everybody has their spot on the lawn, or they're walking around socializing. And you really have it set up where it's kind of like after work fun. Like you mentioned, you have happy hour at 5 o'clock, and then the music starts at 6.
Right.
So with that said, there are proceeds that are made from the sale of beer, wine, and cocktails. And where do those proceeds go?
Sure. Well, since it's a free festival, you don't have any gate admission or anything like that. So to pay for the bands and the infrastructure, the security, the porta potties, all that fun stuff, we have to sell beverages. So the proceeds of the beer and wine and alcohol do come back to East Town Association, and it's a nonprofit, as I mentioned before. So we just like to break even and make sure we can pay everybody that comes. So for everybody, to buy a glass of wine or a glass of beer at $5, that's all that we ask.
Yeah. And you say that, you're happy if you break even.
Right.
But as far as the other restaurants and businesses in the area, just people kind of coming down early and hanging out, this has to really be a booming business for them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, the bars and the restaurants and the local businesses around us, they really depend on Jazz in the Park and all of our other events, because it really is like their busiest night or their busiest week or whatever. And they, a lot of businesses thrive on summer. And so, if our events would go away, unfortunately, I think it would really impact their business. So obviously our mission is to try to boost that economy for them and bring people down and let people know out in the suburbs that it's a really safe place and a really fun place to come down. The parking's easy, the great beverages, great food, great fun. So,
I can't ask for more than that.
Right.
And you have to give us an idea of a few of the upcoming acts that's coming to Jazz in the Park, because like you said, it goes on for weeks and weeks. So people can go to your website and get a heads up of who's coming. But for the upcoming weeks, who can we look forward to?
Sure. Well, tomorrow night, or coming up, we have Wifey and the Husband. And they're a really cool band that's obviously a husband and wife that has kind of done a play on words, and they're really a high energy, fun group. And then we've got Jim Lieben and another duo with him, and he's just a Milwaukee icon that's been in town for years and years and years, and actually nationally known. So we're really excited to have them. We also have Bill Boniface and again, some wonderful people that play with him, Greg Marcus and other fine musicians. So we have regional, we have local acts that people I think are really going to be happy with, and a lot of great dancing music as well.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Now, July 9th, you're going to take a break from Jazz in the Park, but there will still be tons of people at Cathedral Square Park, and that is all because of Bastille Days. And Bastille Days is something that you guys are really proud of as well. Milwaukee has one of the biggest noted celebrations, right?
We do. I actually think Bastille Days, unless something's changed, we are the biggest French festival in North America. And next year will be our 35th year of Bastille Days, and we always start off on Thursday with Storm the Bastille, which is sponsored by BMO Harris. And we usually have 6,000 people running through the streets of Milwaukee.
Just 6,000 people, no big deal.
Yeah, exactly, at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. So yeah, put beer and wine and 6,000 people running in the streets, and yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I think a lot of people just love it because it is nighttime and it is got that vibrancy and that energy.
And that's when the temperatures cool down, so it's really perfect. Yeah.
Right.
And this isn't just any celebration. People who know their history very well will, of course, know the whole scenario with the French celebrating their independence with Bastille Days, but the same way that America celebrates its independence on July 4th. And so with this whole Storm the Bastille, it really is a symbolism of that independence that they experienced in France back in 1789, a long time ago.
Yeah. Good job.
I know my history.
I'm so proud.
So let's talk about this famous 43-foot Eiffel Tower, because this is something that's talked about across the country.
Yes, and it's something that has been part of our festival for a really long time. And it's very fragile, believe it or not, but it goes up, it takes probably a day and a half, and it goes up with a crane, and it's been repaired, and MSOE engineers, inspect it every year, and we're really, really happy to have them in part of our neighborhood.
Yes.
And I think it's like, just an iconic symbol, obviously, of Paris, but also of our festival, because everybody's like, oh, I'll meet you under the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to propose to you under the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to get married. It's so cute because it's really become, kind of a real history and kind of such a good memory for a lot of people because they've had such wonderful experiences near the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So Bastille Days is July 9th through the 12th, and you did mention it starts off with storming the Bastille, so it's not too late for people to get involved with the 5K walk run. They're able to either stop by your offices and pick up a registration packet or register on the day of, right?
Exactly, yes. They can go online and register up until Monday, and then they can come into our office and we'll have open registration or the day of. And so it's $20 before the run, day of the run, and then $25 the day of the run.
Okay, and your offices are located exactly where?
825 East Jefferson, and that's between Elsa's and Louisa's and the Classy Girl Cupcakes, which I'm sure Between those three places, you're going to find us.
Absolutely. After you make a couple of stops.
Right, exactly.
I can't help
you
but
can
stop
eat
and
your
get
way
a
down to us.
Right.
Yeah.
So one thing about it, everything at Bastille Days is French. Everything from the food, and you even have some vendors who are specializing in some really cool things as well, right?
We do. We try as much as we can, to have as many French vendors as possible, although it's not like Milwaukee is totally French, and we also, put a few little dabs of different kind of ethnic foods, so there's other choices. But we have Lake Park Bistro, which is an amazing Bartolotta's restaurant that is participating. We have like a crepe restaurant. We have La Rev from Tosa, and obviously a few other restaurants that we all love. Ward's House of Prime is there, and we have some local favorites that have escargot lollipops and things like that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that one, so I'll be on the lookout for sure. And let's talk about a few other things that people can look forward to for Bastille Days. You have a Mardi Gras flavor, because really we're not just talking Friends, we're going New Orleans style as well, right?
Right. Well, just as we talked about jazz and having a few different genres of jazz, that's the same that we do with Bastille Days. We try to pull out a few of our French connections. So as like we try to do some Canadian themes, or we try to do some New Orleans. So we do have the Mardi Gras parade, and we throw out beads, and we have costume characters, and we have a brass band, and we have floats. We have Napoleon, and we have Marie Antoinette, and a few other cast of characters that are always fun. The can-can dancers, everybody always loves.
Let the good times roll, right?
Exactly. So the parade comes right down Kilbourne and pretty much splits the crowd, and it goes through 3 times that evening. So if you missed it once, it'll come right back through an hour later.
Just stick around, it's coming back through. You do have fun and exciting things for kids as well on Saturday, July 11th. Then on Sunday, a lot of people look forward to the waiter and waitress race. So is that local restaurants kind of competing?
It is, yeah, and it's so amazing how competitive they get too. So it's an obstacle course, and we usually have, I don't know, 12, 15, 16 restaurants, and they start off opening a bottle of wine, and they have to carry it up on a tray around steps and over chairs, and they have to make change for a certain party, and they have to go down and around some tires and things like that. So it's really fun, and just when you think, it can't get any worse or it can't get any better, somebody explodes a bottle of wine or something like that. So it's really fun, and we love having our local restaurants participate, and like I said, it's very, very competitive.
Yeah, and needless to say, well, people will be surprised, you also offer French lessons at Bastille Days, so
we do.
Hey, ooh la la.
Right, exactly. Alliance Francais, which is a great partner of ours, offers French-speaking lessons during Kids' Day and also during the rest of the festival.
Okay, so everyone can go to your website to get more details, and that address is? easttown.com, and 2 T's, EASTTOWN.com, and then you can just click on the particular event that you're interested in. It'll take you to that page. Okay, and we're quickly running out of time, so I do want to mention some other events that Easttown is hosting this year. You've got the Milwaukee Firkin Fest Beer Festival, and that's happening Saturday, July 18th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. This year is our 6th year of doing the beer festival, and we have local, regional, and state microbreweries, and they come in and they do sampling, and we usually see a couple thousand people during that weekend, and we have entertainment, and every year it's sold out, believe it or not. So it's a great time. We have different restaurants that come in and that are vendors and serve food, and like I said, just the cast of microbreweries is just amazing, and some of the flavors are just over the top,
Over
like
the top.
Blueberry, chocolate. I'm just like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy.
Makes my stomach hurt thinking about it.
Yeah, but it's really a wonderful beer festival, and it's a little bit more intimate than some of the big, huge ones. But it's obviously Cathedral Square Park, and again great entertainment and great food.
That's what it's all about when you're in Milwaukee. And finally, I want to mention that Bastille Fest is returning August 21st and 22nd. And tell us about your newest event, Country in the City at Cathedral Square Park.
Sure. Well, this was a really amazing idea of our board president. He knew that country is just really taking off and it's getting more and more popular. And he says, we really, really need to have some kind of country event downtown. So we partnered with the Pabst Theater, the Pabst Group, and we're bringing in 3 acts. Kelsey Ballerina, which is like one of the top 10 new country celebrities right now, and then Bella Keane, which is a local country group. And then we're just really excited we've got a VIP section, and we'll have like a barbecue and all kinds of, again, great food. There's this common thread that I keep talking about. And then it'll be, again, free entertainment. Pretty much everything that we've mentioned has been free entertainment. Firkin Fest, there is a cost to get into, but everything else is, come and show up and put a blanket or a chair down and just enjoy the day.
That's what we want to do. Right. Enjoy the day and enjoy the summer. And thanks to Easttown, you've got these great events that people can look forward to. Thank you so much for coming by and giving us all the information.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Kim Morris is the Executive Director of the Easttown Association, and for more information on anything that we've discussed today, you can log on to easttown.com or call 414-271-1416. When we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll continue our conversation about Milwaukee's downtown and learn more about Milwaukee Downtown Business Improvement District number 21. We'll do that right after this.